Count us down, Aaron.
3, 2, 1.
We're ready! Yeah, we're ready! We're ready! Yeah, we're ready! We let our work from left to right. We let our work alone.
Girls only.
We're ready! Yeah, we're ready!
Boys only.
We're ready! Yeah, we're ready!
Face the window.
At the window.
Who run the world?
Girls!
Boys.
Woo!
I couldn't decide because everyone is there. We are writing in a unit about communities around the world. And we are writing to convince people to either go to the country or not go and visit that country. What you are writing about is your message. That is your
Message!
Your message could either be that people should visit that country, or your message could be that people shouldn't visit that country. What is the first stage in the writing process? Nasir!
That's it!
On top of black, only turning heads.
The first thing you have to do,
The first stage in the writing process.
the first stage in the writing process is you have to think, you have to,
Help him out. What's the first stage in the writing process? Try Ethan. Loud and proud, tell your class,
the
please.
first stage in the writing process is pre-writing.
The first stage is?
Rewrite!
In the pre-writing stage, now see, I heard you talking about thinking. That's when you think, that's when you, Carrie. That's when you think, that's when you read, and that's when you take a stand on what it is that you are going to, the message that you are going to send to readers. But this is also the stage where you plan. It's also your planning stage. It's also the
Planning stage!
And most of you did that yesterday within 10 minutes. You had your thesis, 2 main ideas, and a closing statement. If that was you, get ready to say check. 3, 2, 1.
Check!
If that wasn't you, you need to do it quickly today. It should not take us more than 10 to 15 minutes to plan. After you finish pre-writing, what comes next? What is the second stage in the writing process? Brooke!
Brooke!
Tracking Brooke. What's the second stage in the writing process? No, thank you for the
The
sounds.
second stage is that you have to draft.
Your second stage is the drafting stage. It's the
Drafting stage!
And that's the stage that most of you have either started yesterday or you will start today in order to meet our goal of having an introduction complete. Face the board.
Face the board.
Thanks, please. Stephon, ready? Hands folded, toe is back, tracking the board. So yesterday I had to fix my plan because my main ideas weren't convincing. They weren't
Convincing!
Just saying that there's food in Egypt and just saying that there are animals in Egypt is not convincing. That's not going to make someone want to go to Egypt because there's food and there are animals everywhere. But I changed it and I added in adjectives. I saw a lot of people doing that yesterday, added in adjectives, words to describe something, and that made it more convincing. I added the adjective in delicious. So instead of just saying food, there are delicious foods. That sounds more convincing. Everyone loves delicious foods. And instead of just saying animals, I put wild animals you've never seen before. So that makes it more convincing because people are going to think, whoa, there are wild animals and it's probably animals that I've never experienced. I just have to go to Egypt to see it. Now that I finished with my plan, now that I finished with my
Plan!
I know that I'm ready to move to drafting. I'm ready to move to
Drafting!
And our first part of our essay, every great writer starts by framing the essay in their introduction. You frame it in your
Introduction!
track the board. Now Nasir's eyes right on the board.
That's true.
I'm going to, go ahead, I'm handing that Dante. I'm going to read the introduction, and you're going to see if I framed it effectively, thinking about, did I state the message, and did I start with an interesting beginning? Two things. Did I state the
Message!
Did I state the
Message!
And did I start with an interesting
Beginning!
Because we know that's what's going to make readers want to keep
Reading!
Yes, and we want them to be clear about what it is the essay is going to be all
About!
eyes on the board. motherland. Egypt is a country in Africa. People should visit Egypt because there are wild animals that you've probably never seen before, and the food is one of a kind. Some of the wild animals you can see are gazelles, jackals, crocodiles, and cobras. If you're adventurous enough, dare to go to Egypt. The foods that are most popular are mashed fava beans, kashari, which is rice and macaroni, and fried falafel. Yum. Get ready to give me silent feedback at your chest. Did I clearly state the message? Read the sentence that states the message. Stephon, loud and proud, please.
People should visit Egypt.
Read the whole sentence, please.
People should visit Egypt because there are wild animals that you've never probably seen before.
That you've probably
Never seen before, and the food is one of a kind.
That is how I told the message, bless you, what my essay is all about. This is also known as my
Introduction.
No, this sentence is called what, Deontay? Deontay only.
This sentence is called your
I'm going to give him a chance. I know he has it.
hook.
This is my hook.
Overview.
I don't want you to guess. Hands down. So Deontay, I see that you're looking at the visual anchor, looking at the parts of a good introduction. Great. Look at these parts and think what sentence that is. Deontay. What part do you think it is?
The overview.
So it's not the overview. This is the thesis statement. This is the
Thesis statement.
Yes, this is the thesis statement because it restates the prompt. People should visit Egypt, and then it gives my two main ideas: the foods that are delicious foods, and the animals you've never seen. This is my thesis statement, and my thesis statement gives the message because it tells the readers exactly what it is I want them to do. The second part of a good introduction is it has an interesting beginning. Get ready to give me silent feedback if I had an interesting beginning. Destiny's feedback is at her chest. At her chest. Deontay's feedback is at his chest. Bring it back to
Left.
I did start it off with a hook, home of the motherland. For most people who know what the motherland is, that's referring to Africa. And Egypt is in Africa, so I wanted to start off that way to get people thinking that, oh, I'm about to learn something about that has to do with Africa. Is this a strong introduction? Give me silent feedback at your chest. If you are saying yes, I want to push your thinking. While I did state the message and I do have an interesting beginning, this is not the introduction that I think that we should have in second grade. Hands down, think about why. Take 10 seconds to silently figure out why this is not the introduction that we should start our essays with. Turn. Knee to knee, hands full, eyes back on me, doing it quickly. Carrie, you can just join right in with Chauncey and William. Eyes right back on me like Zamaya. Get ready to talk with your partner or your group about why this is not the introduction we want to have at the beginning of our essay. some friends over here. I want them to share out. Before they do that, I want to hear from someone on that side. Pick stick.
Pick stick, who's it gonna be? A scholar who's sitting up and the rest left and smiling at you.
Zuina. Zuina, why do you think this is not the introduction we should have at the beginning of our essay?
I think this is not a strong introduction that you should have at the beginning of an essay because this is not a strong introduction that you should have at the beginning of an essay because
Ethan, help her out. Track Ethan. Zuina, I'm coming right back to you.
you shouldn't have that because
Track Ethan.
you should have that because that's your body breakdown for you.
Sorry about that.
And that's not correct because
You said that's my body paragraph 1. What do you mean that's my body paragraph?
that's your second paragraph. So
So Ethan, you're on the right track. He's saying that's your body paragraph 1. So this is not my body paragraph. However, there's some information that goes in my body paragraph. What information should be in my body paragraph and not in my introduction? Try, Janai. Janai, what information should be in the body paragraph?
the information that should be in the paragraph is
Body paragraphs.
the body paragraphs is some of the wild animals you could.
So all of these details here, where I tell you all about the wild animals, I tell you all about the food, this is too much information in the introduction. And the reason why this is too much is because I heard Ethan say that when you get to your body, all you're gonna do, fold. When you get to your body, all you're gonna do is say the same thing because I said everything here. This is a common mistake that some of us are making. You're putting all of your information in your introduction, then when you move to your body, you don't know what to write about and you're becoming repetitive, meaning you're saying the same thing over and over. The only thing that needs to be in the introduction is your message clearly stated in the form of a thesis statement and an interesting beginning. 2 things in your introduction. You need to make sure you state your
Message.
in the form of your
Thesis statement.
and you want to make it you want to make it exciting for readers, so you start with an
Interesting beginning.
One way you might do that is using the HOT formula, hook, overview, thesis. You don't have to do it that way as long as you have those 2 things. But you do not want to give too much information all in the beginning because you won't have anything to write about later. This is just framing. It's just
Framing.
getting ready to go to your seat. Looking to see which row's ready. Nasir's eyes are on me.